Gypsy Rose Blanchard's recent TikTok live was nothing short of dramatic, giving fans plenty to talk about. From her boyfriend Ken sharing their baby's first photo, to her addressing a controversial suggestion from her stepmom Christy, Gypsy didn't hold back. She also called out content creators and got real about the pressures of being a new mom while balancing her massive social media following. Let's unpack all the juicy details from her live session. Gypsy went live with her friend Bree, spilling the tea on several personal topics. She revealed that Ken couldn't contain his excitement after their baby's birth and shared a photo of their daughter on Instagram. While they decided to keep their baby's face private, the couple did agree on posting a glimpse of their little one. Gypsy clarified some confusion about Ken's interaction with TMZ, stating he only gave a brief statement confirming their baby was happy and healthy. No formal interview was involved.
I love how Ken put out, him and the baby. Like not
there was a lot of debate about that, actually.
Yeah, I love the way he did it. He did it such a classy way. Like, y'all are no one, because I think a lot of people expect it tabloid or something to be the first one to put it out, and y'all did it like just normal people.
Well, we had a conversation and we kept going back and forth because there was a little bit of miscommunication between him and I.
Gypsy admitted she initially thought Ken wanted to make a grand announcement through a publication like People magazine, but he assured her it was just a simple Instagram post to share their joy.
In my mind, announcement like People magazine or something like that. And so I was like a hardcore no. I was like, no, we're not announcing. Why? Like our family, our friends know. Why does the world have to know? And so it wasn't until he's like, I just want to post a picture on my Instagram. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, first of all, which one? Because I don't want to show her, because I was very, protective, and I still am very protective. So I was like, I want to make sure that we agree on the picture. He's like, do you want me to tag you in it? I'm like, no. This is, and essentially this is what you want to do. It's your Instagram. I'm not going to tell you how to run your Instagram. All I'm going to say is my input on which picture that I think we could both come to an agreement on, to where it's still protecting her, but you can still have your moment to where you can announce as a proud father. And so once we had an understanding about that, then he posted the picture. Me, on the other hand, I'm still not gonna post a picture. I don't even post pictures on my private Facebook. Like TMZ and all those media stuff, they follow our social media platforms. So when we post something on our social media, then mainstream media picks up afterwards.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that because I know some people had said they did an interview, and I'm like, no, they didn't.
No.
I was like, that's why it only says Ken said their baby's healthy and they're very happy. And
so TMZ did reach out to Ken and wanted a comment. They were going to print the article regardless of anything.
This is a short and simple comment.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, the baby's healthy, we're happy, all is good.
Despite keeping the baby's birth a secret for a few days to cherish the moment privately, Gypsy found herself addressing online rumors and criticism. She took aim at creators like Nina Ivory and Rose Grows Wild, who she believes have been relentless in their commentary about her life. Gypsy expressed frustration over the constant speculation, emphasizing her desire for peace and privacy. However, some fans wondered why Gypsy even watches content about herself if it adds to her stress.
After she was born, if we were able to keep it hush-hush, not because I wanted to hide anything, but I was like, I want us to actually be happy in this moment and not have to worry about Nina said this or conspiracy said that, or Ivory Rose Grows Wild said that in this rumor.
Y'all wanted time for that, just y'all.
Yes, we wanted to have a moment to actually be normal as people and be happy in the moment at the birth of our child. Yeah. So I'm like, to have a few days of just calm peace with nothing being said.
The drama escalated when Gypsy revealed a heated conversation she had with her stepmom, Christy. According to Gypsy, Christy suggested selling the baby's first photo to capitalize on the moment, arguing that paparazzi or strangers might leak pictures eventually. Gypsy was deeply upset by this suggestion, making it clear that she would never exploit her child for profit. While she acknowledged she can't control what others might do, she stood firm in her decision to protect her baby's privacy.
Christy, she was like, I got offended, but then like we had a conversation because she was like, somebody's gonna get it. Realistically, one day when y'all are out and about, somebody's gonna get a picture of the baby. And I'm like, she's like, well, you should sell it. That way, if somebody's gonna make money off of it, should be you and not some rando. And I got really offended and a little upset with her over it. And I'm like, absolutely not. There is a huge difference between if somebody takes a picture where I'm not even aware, we're at the park, let's just say we're at the park, somebody snaps a picture of us walking through the park. I can't control what other people do. That's just the unfortunate reality of it. But I can control what I do, and I make the choice to not exploit my child. So.
Right. And I know at the end of the day, she obviously never meant it that way, but the way it came
out was just
that would have yeah, exactly. That's what the world would have viewed it as well.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to the idea of becoming a mommy blogger, Gypsy shut it down. She explained that she's not interested in creating parenting content as there's already an abundance of advice online. As a new mom, she doesn't feel she has unique insights to offer.
I saw a couple of videos that are circulating around that there's this rumor that Christy's taking care of Aurora, which is completely untrue. I'm like, I'm watching these videos, having 4 hours of sleep, getting up every 2 hours to feed her, change her. Like, I do everything, with the exception of Ken helping, of course. Like, we take shifts, and like if I change her, Ken will feed her. We're doing the best we can as parents, and we're doing pretty good.
No,
I'm like, I don't ask Christy to take her and do everything. Christy is there in case I need her, but for the most part, I'm rocking it, and as they say, I'm just doing the damn thing. Like, I've got my big girl panties on. I'm a mom now, and I'm taking my responsibilities seriously. But nobody sees that stuff. So
instead, she shared that Google has been her go-to resource for parenting tips, with Ken also keeping a stack of parenting books ready for reference.
And Ken is
He's
one of the most amazing men I've ever met.
He's been so wonderful and supportive. I really am just blown back, and that just makes me more in love with him, is to see him with her and how he plays with her and holds her and comforts her. And I've never seen this side of him, and so it's really it touches my heart just to kind of see that side to him that is a parent now.
Yeah.
The topic of fame also came up during the live. Bree noted that being in the spotlight isn't as glamorous as it seems, and Gypsy wholeheartedly agreed. She confessed that having 9 million followers feels overwhelming and far from fulfilling.
No, I was actually I mean, even my messages with the hacker, I was I was gonna delete it, deactivate it in a couple months anyway. I accepted that if I lost this account, I accepted that, hey, it's gone. And you know what? Good riddance, because the burden of having 9.8, million opinions and eyes on you, it is extremely stressful, and it is a burden. And, I keep it open because it's a lot of family and friends have been you can't come across this kind of following. So I accepted it if it was gone for good. I have Ken to thank for helping me get it back.
Awesome.
Because I'm terrible at like tech savvy stuff. I'm not tech savvy. So he was able to help me go through who I need to contact with TikTok, make a troubleshoot ticket or whatever, and let them know my account's been hacked, and he was able to help me get it back. But essentially, I was totally fine with it if it was gone. Now, am I happy I got it back? Just to prove a point that it's not okay for people to behave the way they did whenever it was being hacked, with wanting to buy the account and everything like that, and the haters just absolutely loving it.
Right.
How could you expect to be, preach karma and be like, oh, this is Gypsy's karma? No, it's not. Because guess what? If this account was gone, I would have been happy. I would have been fine with it.
Recently, Gypsy had to deal with her TikTok account being hacked. She addressed the incident with a cheeky message on her story saying, "Y'all remember when the hacker was receiving live gifts from all my haters? Well, I just got my payout thanks to all my haters."
The fact that the hacker went live again and again and again, and people were just gifting the account, and they were gifting the hacker, being like a stick it to Gypsy type of thing. And then I get my account back, and all those live gifts goes to me.
Yeah, I did a video about that today.
That's just funny.
Someone was like, she paid the hacker. I'm like, what? She got reimbursed? She got reimbursed her money on the live gifts? I was like, what sense does that make?
No, it's just the point that,
it's not okay. And people
it's not okay to act that way. It's just not. I mean, that
was the normal. It came back before Wednesday, which is payday.
Right.
So no one should be gifting. Basically, like, say if you wouldn't have gotten it back, all they're doing is getting scammed out of money. This is a hacker. Exactly. Just like people that were trying to pay him for that account.
They knew this guy was a scammer, and they're still talking to him, and they're still gifting him. And I'm like, I'm watching. And, because I was watching from Christy's phone, and we were just watching it all together. And I'm like, grab the popcorn. This is a freaking shit show right now. And we're just watching baffled. And, there was nothing I could do at the time but wait for TikTok to respond to me. But I'm like, the thing is, it's like, if you're able to get through to TikTok and actually talk to someone, it's your account. So you could easily give TikTok your information to get the account back. I told the hacker, I'm like, I'm going to get my account back. And he's like, give me $400. I'm like, no, I'm not going to buy my own account back from you. That's crazy.
Right. And then no. And I know some of the messages that were put out were fake. And then
the messages that I don't know what it was. It was like a separate account or whatever. But there was so many fake messages that were supposedly from me and Ryan. They were crazy messages too. I
know, it was so funny. The comment on Conspiracy's video. No shit, they're fake. Because that's what I was saying.
I know. I was like, no shit, they're fake.
Gypsy admitted she initially thought Ken wanted to make a grand announcement through a publication like People magazine, but he assured her it was just a simple Instagram post to share their joy. Despite keeping the baby's birth a secret for a few days to cherish the moment privately, Gypsy found herself addressing online rumors and criticism. She took aim at creators like Nina Ivory and Rose Grows Wild, who she believes have been relentless in their commentary about her life. Gypsy expressed frustration over the constant speculation, emphasizing her desire for peace and privacy. However, some fans wondered why Gypsy even watches content about herself if it adds to her stress. The drama escalated when Gypsy revealed a heated conversation she had with her stepmom, Christy. According to Gypsy, Christy suggested selling the baby's first photo to capitalize on the moment, arguing that paparazzi or strangers might leak pictures eventually. Gypsy was deeply upset by this suggestion, making it clear that she would never exploit her child for profit. While she acknowledged she can't control what others might do, she stood firm in her decision to protect her baby's privacy. When it came to the idea of becoming a mommy blogger, Gypsy shut it down. She explained that she's not interested in creating parenting content as there's already an abundance of advice online. As a new mom, she doesn't feel she has unique insights to offer. Instead, she shared that Google has been her go-to resource for parenting tips, with Ken also keeping a stack of parenting books ready for reference. The topic of fame also came up during the live. Bree noted that being in the spotlight isn't as glamorous as it seems, and Gypsy wholeheartedly agreed. She confessed that having 9 million followers feels overwhelming and far from fulfilling. Recently, Gypsy had to deal with her TikTok account being hacked. She addressed the incident with a cheeky message on her stories saying, "Y'all remember when the hacker was receiving live gifts from all my haters? Well, I just got my payout thanks to all my haters." Before wrapping up the live, Bree asked Gypsy about her future plans, including cosmetology school. Gypsy says she's eager to pursue it, but needs to wait until she's off parole, as there are no schools in her current area.
Like, if you decide to, just
I wanted to do it because they had the cosmetology program in Chillicothe. But whenever COVID happened, they had shut everything down because of 6 feet apart and all that stuff, social distancing. So
it's really not a long program,
it's a year.
Yeah, so it's not that long compared to if normal college, for a year.
Right. And there's part-time, there's full-time, and there's part-time.
Yeah.
I'd probably do the part-time considering, Aurora. So
From family tensions and online drama to her candid thoughts on parenting and fame, Gypsy Rose Blanchard gave fans a lot to process.
yeah, when I tell you, I am so blessed to have the birth experience that I did, because I did not feel a thing. The epidural worked absolutely wonders. And, you watch movies where, the women are screaming and it's push and all that stuff. That was not my experience.
Well, I know you had to press that button again, because when you had first told me you got it, I was like, you had a long ways before she came. Yeah. I was so poor.
I took a 2-hour nap because I went in at 6 centimeters dilated, and then they gave me the epidural, and then they put the catheter in because they're like, you're not going to be able to have control over your bladder. So they put the catheter in, and they did all that after the epidural. So I didn't feel none of that. 4 hours later, I was still only 6 centimeters. So they had given me Pitocin to kind of speed things up a little bit.
Right. And
then I took a 2-hour nap. And then I wake up from my 2-hour nap. They check my cervix. I'm 10 centimeters dilated. And they're like, okay, my doctor's like, it's time to push. And I'm like, my eyes got so big. Chris can't even tell you that my eyes got so big, because I'm like, oh my God, here it comes.
Was it just Ken in there with you?
Ken was in there. Yeah, Ken was in there.
I'm saying, was it just Ken?
Yeah, it was just Ken. We talked about it, and I know that we had said, Mia might be in there with us, Christy might be in there with us. But then when it came down to it, then Ken was like, okay, this is a moment for us. So we kind of kicked everybody out. I was at 36 in 3 days.
So almost at 7. Yeah. So she was a little bit later, but not much, by a few days.
I asked her pediatrician, I was like, because of her coming early, does the milestones that apply to a full term apply to her as well? And her pediatrician was like, yes, the milestones, because she was so close to being, 37 weeks, 38 weeks is considered full term, I guess. So because there's that so close, the milestones that a full term would experience applies to her too. So
as Gypsy Rose Postadamus, before wrapping up the live, Bree asked Gypsy about her future plans, including cosmetology school. Gypsy says she's eager to pursue it, but needs to wait until she's off parole, as there are no schools in her current area. From family tensions and online drama to her candid thoughts on parenting and fame, Gypsy Rose Blanchard gave fans a lot to process. Thanks for watching, everyone. There was a lot to unpack in Gypsy Rose's latest TikTok live, from baby pics to family drama and her thoughts on fame. What do you think about everything she revealed? Drop your comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates and gossip. See you in the next one.